Looking at magnitude 6 earthquakes and larger since November 13th, we see a continuation of strong seismic events on the 13th and 14th. This was sort of anticipated due to the critical planetary geometry on the 12th, as mentioned in the previous forecast. Special attention was on the critical planetary geometry and lunar geometry on the 15th and 16th. That was a convergence, and 16th, 17th November would be more critical. Half a day later we had a 6.8, 6.9 southwest of Sumatra. 2021st was also critical due to a high lunar peak and critical planetary geometry on the 19th. And we see that early on the 22nd a magnitude 7 earthquake occurred, although that also coincided with the next planetary conjunction on the 21st, late on the 21st. This was mentioned in the latest updates with the forecast yesterday, and we also stated that due to the critical geometry later on the 21st, which followed on the critical geometry on the 19th, it was more difficult to say anything about upcoming magnitudes. These are the updates in social media. You should check them out. You don't need to have social media apps per se. You can also look up these updates on the website under latest. And if you scroll down here, you can also see that on the 15th and 16th, that geometry was also marked, but it was also mentioned in the previous forecast. You can also share these updates if you like in social media. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Reddit, LinkedIn, and also email. What can we expect in the coming week? We have 3 planetary conjunctions from the 21st to the 29th. We already had Venus, Mercury, Mars on the 19th, as discussed in the previous forecast, and there is a connection between these two. Early this morning, a magnitude 7 earthquake, and the Venus, Mercury, Mars on the 19th was probably part of this earthquake trigger. Venus, Mercury, Earth yesterday night. This is one that could potentially trigger a megathrust earthquake, possibly around the 23rd, 24th. And if we look at the SSGI graph real quick, we see the alignment here late on the 29th, early 22nd, and we see that it is followed by 2 lunar peaks and also critical planetary geometry involving Mercury this morning. We could see increased seismic activity later today, early tomorrow, and it could be low 6, it could be mid 6. It could also be a major seismic event right there around the 23rd, give or take 1 day. It is also possible that the seismic increase is going to happen with the next lunar peak, so that will be around the 25th, 26th of November. And again, there is a slight possibility of a megathrust earthquake, and I'll show you in the solar system from the other side. Here we have Earth, here we have Mercury and Venus, and this looks rather similar to 2004, and we'll go there real quick because that was a megathrust earthquake off the coast of northern Sumatra. That was in December, on December 26th to be exact. We see that Earth was also closely aligned with Mercury and Venus, so there is the potential there. However, at the time, Venus and Mars were aligned with the Sun at the same time. That's not the case this time, but we did have Venus, Mercury, and Mars in an alignment on the 19th, and that one counts. That's this one here. Again, we did have a magnitude 7 earthquake this morning due to these 2 planetary conjunctions, Venus, Mercury, Mars, and yesterday night, Venus, Mercury, and Earth. So we could have additional larger seismic activity later today, tomorrow, following these lunar peaks. It is also possible that increased seismic activity is going to occur around the next lunar peak that will be later on 25th or 26th. That's pretty much guesswork. It also depends on the condition of Earth's crust. In any case, a slight possibility of a megathrust earthquake, possibly around the 23rd or 25th, 26th. And I'm going to the North Pacific for a second here because we've seen some seismic activity, multiple earthquakes, Kuril Islands, Kamchatka, you can see that, multiple rings, and also Red Islands. And we had a 5-pointer off the coast of Oregon. And it's also a fact that we haven't seen large seismic activity in the North Pacific for quite some time. On the SSGI graph, we also see that the lunar peak on the 28th, 29th precedes the planetary conjunction with Mercury, Earth, and Mars. Well, I will cover that in the next forecast. I think we should focus on the 23rd, roughly, and also the 26th, with these lunar peaks following the critical planetary geometry. In particular, Venus, Mercury, and Earth in an alignment. And we also see Mars, Jupiter, and Neptune. This is the 3rd time that these planets align. These are outer planets. The moon is not lining up with them, and Mercury and Venus are also not directly involved. So I do not consider this a critical conjunction, but Earth with Mercury and Venus, like we've seen in 2004, definitely is. Again, a slight possibility of a megafrost seismic event. Always check out the website for the latest updates, the forecast, magnitude, probability, and you can also check out social media with links in the upper right. Be safe, everyone. Until next time.